side too. Green flag is waved at the back though, so the race is about to get underway. It's going to be 13 minutes plus 1 lap around the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit. The red lights I can see are on, and they go out, and away we go. It's a good start there by Stephen Sawley from the front row and from Ryan Steele from the second row of the grid. They're heading off down towards Copse Corner for the first time. It looks like it might be Sawley that's got into the lead of the race then, waiting for the classic stock hatch cars to be released on their 20-second delay, and they go now, and it's a good start by Matt Rosier from the outside of the front row of the grid. I can see a Matt Rosier going into an early lead, and he has got ahead. Well, Matt Stubbington is also going to lose a place to Lee Scott as well. Lee Scott forging his way through into second place as they make their way down towards Copse Corner for the first time. So it's Rosier leading, doing what he needs to do, but Lee Scott up into second place. Marcus, the hot hatch car's already passed you.
Absolutely, the last one's gone through. It was Stephen Sawley who led by a very narrow margin. Here come the stock hatches. It's the blue and white car, which is Matt Rosier. Lee Scott on his tail, where he wants to sit as tail gunner. Look, Andrew Thorpe trying to go around Stubbington to get third as they go through the flick-flack here. It goes round to the right, round to the left, round to the right, round to the left, onto the hanger straight. But car goes off, and that looks like is that the Thorpe car, black and green car, wasn't it?
Thorpe, yeah.
That's a Chapel Curve early visit to the church.
Indeed so. The two leaders in hot hatch though are nose to tail as they head through Club Corner for the first time, and it's a good run through Club there for Ben Rushworth, getting right onto the tail of Stephen Sawley now. They come onto the international pit straight. It looks like it's Ryan Still there in third place in the Saxo. Fourth, I think, is Patrick McCarthy in the Integra. But down the straight, actually, the black and white and yellow car of Stephen Sawley is able to pull away. Meanwhile, for the lead of the classic stock hatches, it's side by side there as well, and it's Lee Scott trying to go around the outside of Matt Rosier into the Vale, and he's done it. So a change of lead there. Matt Rosier goes down to second place. Lee Scott goes into the lead, and that is absolutely crucial as far as the championship is concerned, because the one thing Matt Rosier doesn't want is Lee Scott finishing ahead of him. So can he fight back? We've got Matthew Stubbington fighting him as well. They are about to head into Abbey, and very soon, Marcus, those will be in your sight. But already the hot hatch is with you.
We have, yes. It was Sawley from Rushworth. And then Ryan Steele in the blue Citroen Saxo was in third place among them. These are on your screens. You'll see the white Fiesta XR2i of Lee Scott, long-time Ford Motor Company man, and the Peugeot of Matt Rosier, his adversary, in behind. Top of the table, it's amazing because we've got 4 different types of car, haven't we? We've got Ford, Peugeot, Citroen, and also the Vauxhall of Ted Cooper.
But meanwhile, in the hot hatch part of the race, heading down towards Copse Corner, you had Ben Rushworth there trying to go around the outside of Stephen Sawley through Luffield. That time he couldn't make it work, and certainly Sawley's car looks to be much the quicker in a straight line. So at the end of the first lap, it's Stephen Sawley leading, Ben Rushworth in second, third is Ryan Steele, fourth is the number 93 car of Patrick McCarthy, and then a whole heap of Hondas, fifth, sixth, seventh and eighth. As they head back down towards you, we can see the classic stock hatch back of the hot hatch grid going through Woodcut at the moment, and of course the leaders in the classic stock hatch will be catching them. A retirement there, I'm afraid, for number 39. That's Martin Rogers. He's door open and he's getting out of the car and out of the race. Meanwhile, the leaders, Marcus, are heading down Hanger Straight.
Yeah, leaders have gone, and we're waiting for the next pack of cars. It's an absolutely fascinating scenario, this, as it unfolds, because we've got such a variety of cars out there. We've got different calibers of drivers as well, and it is Rosier back ahead of Scott down here. Stubbington is third among them, and behind them is the Red Nova, which is Ted Cooper.
Okay, so there they go, down the Hanger Straight once again. As you can see there, you've got some of the stragglers from the hot hatch race. They'll be having the classic stock hatches closing in on them before too much longer. Down towards Stowe Corner they go. You can see in there, I think that's the number 99 car, possibly. 98 car, Paul Warren, I think, going through. They're heading down the straight. I can see that 39 car of Martin Rogers has got going again, so that's good news. It's just come past my commentary box.
It's very difficult to pick them up with a very, very bright light over my left shoulder, which I'm very grateful for, but it makes looking at the screen very hard.
It does,
even picking numbers up. We've got Rushworth ahead now of Sawley, and extending a lead of probably 50 metres. In third place there is Steele, and the rest follow through.
Yeah, so we've got some of the Golfs that have joined the grid this year. The Mark II Golfs has joined in with the classic stock within the Hot Hatch Championship this year, which has been good to see, a good addition to those. Meanwhile, we have had the change of lead then, so Ben Rushworth is now ahead, I can see, as he comes through to complete lap 2. He's turning his way through Woodcote Corner. He's ahead now of Stephen Sawley, with Ryan Steele in 3rd place, looking at some of the Class B battling going on there. Meanwhile there, a change of lead in Classic Stock Hatch once again, because that is the number 2 car. Matt Rosey is back in front, and I think he's just about heading through the loop now, so he should just about to be coming past your window, Marcus.
Yep, it's fascinating stuff, all of this. Rushworth and Sawley lead. Steele is in 3rd place. They've got a gap now back to the next of the cars, which is number 7, which is Swift, and McCarthy dropping back in his Integra, waiting for the stock hatches to appear.
Meanwhile, Rosier is turning his way through Luffield now, and he is back out in front and ahead of Lee Scott, but it's basically 4 cars for the lead then in the Classic Stock Hatch part of the race, because Matthew Stubbington is there, and also Stuart Place is there in 4th position as they go over the line. So the top 4 in Classic Stock Hatch covered only by about a second then as they make their way across the line to start their 3rd lap. Matt Rosier has an advantage of, no more than about 1.2 seconds over the car in 4th position. So they're heading back towards Stuart Beckett's now.
So it's Place up there, the red car, isn't it, in 4th. We looked at that, waiting for them to come down. Yep, they're in behind one of the Golf Mark IIs. That's going to compress this batch of cars. Ted Cooper is 5th, Andrew Thorpe is in 6th place, I see there. But they're getting stuck now among some of the slower hot hatches, some of the cooler hatches, and they head on to the hangar straight in a real gaggle. This is going to be a classic slipstreamer, and you can see just on bang centre now the white and blue Peugeot, which is Rosier, ahead of Scott. Scott is being slipstreamed by the Golf Mark II, also down the inside Stubbington and Place there. They both go past the Golf into Stowe Corner, and washing out a little bit wide there, but keeping up plenty of momentum as he gets in, tucks in behind one of the Clios, is Rosier, who might well flash his lights, but he's not going to have the cornering potential I wouldn't have thought of the newer car ahead of him.
No, that's Chris Heathcote's Clio, so this is really combining and closing everyone back up again. So there's certainly the top 3 there. Stubbington, the 3rd of those cars, and Stuart Place in 4th position. In a straight line, probably the Clio might be a bit quicker than the Peugeot, but not actually too much by the looks of it. So they head down into Abbey Curve for the 3rd time, then with 5.5 minutes of the timed element of this race left to go. And it's Rosier hanging on, but being delayed a little bit there, possibly by the Clio. Tries to go around the outside of it through Farm, which he does. Lee Scott follows suit as well. Under braking now down for Village. Lee Scott's on the inside, and he goes through. Does he into the lead? The next corner, though, is the left-hander at the loop, and Rosier goes back in front, Marcus. So they're about 10 past you.
Yes, he does, and Place is there as well. I think he's managed to get past Stubbington. So in lapping Stubbington now absolutely on the tail of the white Fiesta of Scott as they go down the Wellington Straight for the 3rd time. This is an absolutely absorbing battle. Another Mark II Golf to be disposed of for leader Matt Rosier. It's a kind of a problem he doesn't really want to have, but at the moment he's made a few lengths here, and three-wheeling, tricycling through Brooklands there, the white Fiesta XR2i of Lee Scott in 2nd place.
Yeah, it's Tim Parsons in the Golf, who's in 24th position overall, that they're about to catch, and the next car after that is going to be I think the Thomas Silk car as well. So up and over the line they come. Now Stuart Place is trying to put himself between Lee Scott and Matt Rosier, the 2 of them side by side there as they head down the straight towards Copse Corner, but Place tucks back in behind the white Fiesta of Lee Scott. So it's still Rosier leading, Scott in 2nd place, and then Place in 3rd position as they make their way through Copse Corner and back down towards Maggots and Beckett's once again, Marcus.
Yeah, and they come through. They go round the outside of the yellow Golf. First 2 through, first 3 through. Stubbington now on the back of Place. Then there's a gap back. We've got the big Renault Clio, which actually looks vast in comparison to some of the early kind of 80s cars. And the next 2 or 3 trying to jostle up as well, but they're going to have difficulty in getting up with that lead quartet.
Okay, so they're making their way down the hangar straight now. If things stay as they are, I reckon that Lee Scott would wrap things up in this race as far as the championship.
Here comes Stubbington down the inside of Place into Stowe corner, and that was a determined move. Now, is he going to wash out and Place gets back up the inside? He does. They're side by side coming off the corner, the two Peugeots, door handle to door handle. Meanwhile, up front, it is still Rosier by a whisker, and look at that. It was Place who got back into third at Vale.
It is indeed. Meanwhile, just by the way, it's still Ben Rushworth leading now by 6 seconds from Stephen Sawley in second, Ryan Steele in third, Jonathan Swift fourth, Philip Wright leading Class B in fifth, and Patrick McCarthy in sixth position. Class C is being led by the champion David Drinkwater. But we focus here on the Devon Tweeks Yokohama Classic stock catches as they turn their way through Abbey once again towards the left-hander at Farm, and then the tight right-hand hairpin at Village. It's still Rosier ahead doing what he needs to do. But Lee Scott's also doing what he needs to do, and he should wrap up the championship with a round spare here. I see that Matt Rosier's front number plate has somehow become deranged during all of this. Well, that's as a
that was close.
It was close, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and this is the battle, because what Rosier needs more than anything else is for the his other two Peugeot mates, and they're running in third and fourth place, Place and Stubbington, to draft their way up to Lee Scott and take his attention away.
It looks like Patrick McCarthy is going to go into retirement. He's been dropping down the timing screens as he's got his indicator on. He is going to head into the pit lane. So the driver that started on row 2 of the hot hatch grid, he's now out of the race. Meanwhile, in the classic stock catches, it is still Rosier up ahead. They're turning their way through Luffield now and towards Woodcote Corner. They've got a few more of the hot hatch cars ahead of them. They've got the focus of number 72, Thomas Silk, as the next car that they will try and pass. They've probably now got 2 laps to go.
Yeah, there's Place in the red Total liveried car is now right up in the slipstream of Lee Scott. Stubbington, who we know was quick down the Hanger Straight with a tow, as Ben Rushworth goes past on the other side of my commentary box, watching the screen there, because they'll be on the Hanger Straight in a second. The stock catchers, and they've got some other cars to work their way through as well. They're really driving well, this quartet. They're having a great battle, and very quick off Chapel Curve is off Chapel Curve is Stubbington, and Stubbington trying to engineer his way up to that slipstream again. Here they come. There's the blue Peugeot with the number plate hanging down, and Lee Scott tucks in behind the car to his right. He's going to grab the lead, and Stubbington comes down the inside of Place again. Oh, you're going to get four abreast into there, I don't think.
No, so Scott retakes the lead, and that would definitely make sure of the championship. That was as they passed Thomas Silk's focus. And as you say, very tight between Place and Stubbington as well. Stubbington yet to clear the focus. I think he'll do so now under braking for the Vale. So the 4 cars here, you could throw a blanket over the lot of them, couldn't you? Absolutely fantastic close racing around this.
Little kiss there, I think, from Stubbington on the back of Place. That probably catapulted Place up a couple of miles an hour, I would think.
It looked to, didn't it? It looked as if he might get alongside Rosier for a moment. He won't. Now Scott here is going to put one of the hot hatches, a Saxo that is, between himself and Rosier. So that probably, with only we're now on to the last lap, because Ben Rushworth has just gone on to start it.
That's probably the decisive move, isn't it?
Yeah, I suspect that is. That's sorted probably out of the race and the championship as well. And now Stuart Place trying to get second place away to Rosier. And Stubbington might go through as well. He's alongside as they head down towards you.
Yeah, Rosier's territorial advantage though at the loop, and he might be able to get back, because Lee Scott having trouble getting past one of the Mark II Golfs, and that's going to hinder his straight line speed a tad, because he's got Place behind him now coming down the Hanger Straight, and Scott comes out past that Golf. He's got a more powerful engine, certainly a torquier engine, and the Golf is holding him all the way down there, and doesn't want to cede position either. Doesn't want to cede track position to the stock hatch leader. But the top 4 all together, all going around that Golf, which is proving very pesky. It
certainly is, as they head back into my site. Then they're about to start their last lap then, so it's Lee Scott leading. Then the Golf is the next car through. Then it's Stuart Place second, Matt Rosier third, Matthew Stubbington fourth, as we've got one car stopping there. That is the 89 car of Richard Kelsall. So his Fiesta sadly out of the race now. So the leader overall, Ben Rushworth, actually has already come up towards Luffield for the final time. He is about to head into Woodcote Corner, and Ben Rushworth here, after an early scare, has come through to dominate this race, so we'll just take him to the checkered flag. Up to the line he comes now. Checkered flag is made ready, and although you can't see this on screen, you can now. Ben Rushworth comes through to take the checkered flag in the Royal Purple Hot Hats Championship. He will be well clear of Stephen Sawley, who crosses the line in second place now. And in third position, it's going to be the little Saxo of Ryan Steele. Jonathan Swift should be fourth. Meanwhile, the classic stock catches are heading down Hanger Straight, and it's Stuart Place going after Lee Scott there, Marcus.
Yes, yes. Look at that Golf. It's right in the middle and has a look up the inside, but the heavier Golf will take a bit more stopping for Stowe. And Rosier, I don't know that that precipitated the spin, but there might have been a brush there. But a 360-degree spin for the Golf, that's one way to spin off. Was it a hook or a slice? I don't know, but he was definitely under par at the end of it. There we come. Through the that's the Saxo, isn't it? I guess. Is that Saxo?
Well, on the screen now we can see the AX. I think of Andrew Thorpe, number 9, who is he's in where are we? 1, 2, about 5th or 6th position within the classic stock catches as they head down towards
Rosier,
Abbey.
isn't it?
Rosier going around the outside of Stubbington, or Stubbington down the inside of Rosier probably for third position, and it's Rosier number 2 just about hanging on there, but it's and Stuart Place is now ahead of Lee Scott for the lead as well in the classic stock catches now. So Stuart Place,
and here comes Cooper
taking the lead
in the little Nova, has come up as well. He flings it at the at Village. Stubbington on the outside, Rosier on the inside. Cooper's just off the camera shot in the white Nova, and there they go. Well, it's Place who's leading from Scott, and they're coming to the bridge, and they'll be back in your sight very shortly.
Yeah, indeed. So Stuart Place had a victory at Donington Park. He came close at Mallory Park as well earlier on in the season. He's had just a couple of podiums during the year, and he's, I think, 6th or 7th in the championship coming into this weekend. But a victory here to round the season off. And so we're not quite round off. There's another race to come this afternoon. But Stuart Place then heading out of the corner. He's got a decent lead over Lee Scott now. Out of Woodcut, up to the line he goes, and he takes the checkered flag and wins round 13 of the Demon Tweeks Yokohama Classic Stock Cats Championship. Lee Scott, it is in second place. Matthew Stubbington is third. Matt Rosier back in fourth position in the end. Ted Cooper fifth, and Andrew Thorpe in sixth. They were all pretty close in the end in the classic stock catches. A little bit way back, you'll find Jeff Humphreys. We didn't really see him in shot, but he will take seventh position. And if I just feed that into my spreadsheet, so 22 points there for 23, I think, because Lee Scott may well have got fastest lap as well. No, he didn't. Andrew Thorpe did in the end. So 22 points for Lee Scott. Matt Rosier finishing fourth. No, third in the end, wasn't it? So he picks up 20, and yeah, so mathematically that is now Lee Scott for the championship title. But already we have Ben Rushworth heading down into the pit lane, a victorious Ben Rushworth, and he's had a pretty good season. That's now his 8th victory of the year in the Royal Purple Hot Hats Championship. Stephen Sawley there in second position. And we'll hear from Ryan Steele as well, our third place man, I'm sure. Lewis Beals will be down there in a moment to have a word with not only our top 3 from the hot hatches, hopefully the stock catches as well. In fact, Lewis, I can hear he's all ready to speak to us, so down to you, Lewis.
Thank you very much, Ian. Yeah, what a terrific race. We're watching it on the TV feed, and yeah, we've got no real problems, but absolutely great race in the stock hatches. And yeah, young Mr. Stubbington is a son of one of my former students. So that was good to see him come in third position. We'll have a chat, but what we're really waiting for is number 22. I was looking on the wrong page there at the moment. Well, he's like Ben Rushworth, who absolutely made that for his own. Come on, Ben. Someone is... come on, Ben. Yeah, buddy. Hey, that's not though. You haven't done this before this week, is it?
What?
Had a win.
Oh no, that's refreshing. No, it was good. It was good. I was loving following the classic stock hatch on the cooldown lap. It was brilliant watching them.
Yeah, they're a bit tasty, aren't they?
Yeah,
but
they were fighting like nothing else.
Yeah, 8th win of the year, I believe.
If you say so, yeah.
Well, that's what Ian says.
Okay,
we believe Ian, don't we?
Yeah, it's good. I was happy with that. Steve got a great start, even though he's on the wet side, so I thought he had me scuppered. And I was thinking with the wet lines there, how am I going to get past? But I just got a good drive into what's turn 1 called? Cops?
Cops, yeah.
Cops, yeah. And managed to go around the outside of him and pull through Mega's Beckett's, and yeah, managed to maintain that. But it was good. Good having Steve back.
Yep, because one of the good things about Cops, he's got a lot of runoff area here on a Grand Prix circuit, haven't you?
Yeah, you can take the mick a little bit, as long as you count how many times you go off.
Well, do you think the touring car boys count?
Well, no, they got special rules. They're special boys, special players, so yeah.
But anyway, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Good victory. What plans for next year?
I'll come back here, but I'm hoping to bring the car into Thunder Saloons and see what it can do against the V8 stuff.
Ooh, take a deep breath there.
Yeah, so slicks and probably lots of breakages, but it should be fun.
Okay, Ben, thank you very much. Congratulations on your victory. Anyway, second place is car number 63. It's Phil White. Is this Phil?
Yep, it is.
Phil, congratulations on second place. Ben, just a bit too quick for you today.
Well, it's Class A car, we're Class B, so...
Ooh, so a victory anyway. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I do beg your pardon. Yeah, I forgot. Good victory, yeah.
We'd do well if we catch him.
Yeah, but he's going to go somewhere else next year, so you'll be able to move up the grid a bit.
Oh, that'd be nice, but moving up the grid comes with a lot more money, and we're on tight budget, so...
Well, that's right. Anyway, have you enjoyed your season?
Loved it, yeah. Had a brilliant season. Without the sponsors, wouldn't be here, so great season for us.
Yeah, good to them. Okay, we're going. Hopefully, we've got the stock hatches in the way. Okay, we're looking for third in the
Thank you.
Royal Purple Hot Hatches. Sorry, not a third. I mean, this is the class winner, Class C winner, which is David Drinkwater. And here comes David. And anyway, many congratulations, David. Another victory, and also we believe you're champion, which you secured the last round.
Yeah, just had to wait for the points to come out midweek. So yeah, that's awesome. So Class C and overall as well in the hot hatch, which is superb.
Yeah, big grin on your face there.
Yeah, it's been a good weekend. So it's been a good weekend so far. Second race to go, and then hopefully that'll be another win. But we'll see.
Yes, well, many congratulations. I'll shake your hand because yeah, obviously it's delighted to be an overall champion. Who have you got to thank?
Family and friends. Obviously, the other half was with the amount of time we spend on the cars, I guess. You got to, and then everyone who puts in. I've got a lot of Tom and Will and Louis, and they all put loads of time and effort in and get everything ready for me and help me out with bits on the car, which is excellent. You know, it's a small unit.
Well done, David. Thank you very much, and we'll hope to see you later in the day.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Right, over to the Demon Tweeks Yokohama stock hatches. Here's our race winner. Go look at our race winner. We'll have a quick look. 87. It's we'll get there in a minute. Stuart. Many congratulations, Stuart. That was a tough race.
Yeah, it was. It was very, very hard. But luckily, in a way, the hot hatches helped me out a bit. There was a little bit of hassle, and then Lee outbraked himself. Matt just put the car in the right position for me to take a dive, and it wasn't too bad. So it all worked out.
Yeah, and 205s. I'm a former 205 owner. They're terrific cars, aren't they?
They have their moments. I'm on the third engine in the 3 meetings. This one's bits and pieces all thrown together to get me out here, so we're really pleased with how it is.
Are you going to make it 2 out of 2 later in the day?
Give it a go.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's have a look. So who was second? Second is Lee Scott. Hi, Lee.
Hi.
Terrific race there, but Stuart just pipped you.
Yeah, it was a great race. Hot hatches were a bit lively in places. I made a mistake, and Stuart sort of made ground on that, and fair play to him for that. So well done to him. For me, for the championship, it's more about being close or beating Matt, and all things being equal.
Okay. Right, we're going to have a quick word with Matt, who. Hi, Matt, third place. Ooh, I mean, that was a bit tight, wasn't it?
Yeah, a little bit disappointing. I mean, I held the lead for a long while, but then we started catching up with the back markers from the Royal Hot Hatch, and they just haven't got the pace we've got. So together and just slowed my pace down, killed my tyres, and allowed Stuart and Lee to get past me. And so yeah, I'm third.
All to play for in last race?
I don't know. Is it still possible on points? Because I'll give it everything.
Well, I don't know. We'll have to wait for Ian. Ian's the guru with his spreadsheets. He's an accountant, so he can add up.
Well,
but anyway,
let's hope it is, and I'll give it everything I can.
Okay, thank you very much. Cheers there, Matt. Right, so there we go. That's the 1, 2, 3. And just need to turn the page on my programme. As we have the BMW CCR Championship all ready to line up. And as they are lining up, we'll get back to you.